Have you ever paused in a quiet moment, my child, and wondered why certain individuals appeared in your life? Perhaps they seemed pleasant initially, only to later bring confusion, sorrow, or a silence that felt sharper than any spoken word. You might have questioned if their presence was meant to help, or maybe a difficult lesson, a deliberate meeting, or even something harmful to your inner well-being. Let me share a truth with you, my beloved, if your heart is open to receive it. This message has reached you for a reason, so listen with care, my precious one, for each thought shared here offers understanding, a way to grasp things more clearly, to find inner quiet, and to recognize your true path. Know this: not everyone I bring into your life is meant to remain always, and not all who stay are intended to bring you comfort. Some were specifically positioned to awaken something deeper inside you, something perhaps hidden or not yet active in your spirit. Understand that in my plan, nothing occurs without reason. I guide the connections between people not for my own gain, but to shape hearts for the purpose they were intended for. Some individuals arrive bringing warmth. They connect with your inner self, offer support during hardship, and remind you of my goodness. Others come like a disturbance, shaking your world, disrupting your usual ways, removing your defenses. Yet both types are sent. Both carry a reason for their presence. It is common to think I only work through experiences that feel good, but sometimes the most significant inner changes begin with challenging disruptions. Occasionally, I send someone who challenges your pride, who reveals your fears, or who touches old hurts you believe were healed. Why? Because the path I have set for you requires a strong inner foundation. Before I entrust you with the next step, I must reveal what is already present within you. Some of those you have wept over were not sent as punishment. They were reflections showing you the parts of yourself that still needed my tender touch. The uncertainty, the need to control, the difficulty in releasing past wrongs that lingered within your spirit. And here is a truth my children often find hard to accept. Sometimes, my beloved child, I love you enough to allow your heart to be broken, only to rebuild it with greater strength. Some people arrive to teach you grace. Some come to awaken resilience. And some arrive like a clearing wind to remove everything that does not belong in the next phase of your journey. You may not have understood it at the time, but look again. Now consider this crucial point. What did their time in your life reveal to you about your own being? Hold on to that thought, my cherished child, because your response mattered more than their actions. And I was watching the entire time. That feeling of being let down, you still carry that hurt. It was not just pain, it was a test of your spirit, and you may not have realized I was observing. The most profound expression of faith is not found in outward display. It is found in forgiving someone who never said sorry. It is choosing kindness over dwelling on the past. It is standing firm in the face of your own pain and declaring you will not define me. I am not shaped by what they did. I am shaped by my Creator and what He is doing within me. Because true forgiveness does not excuse the wrong act. It simply refuses to let that act control your future. You were not meant to live with bitterness. You were not created to carry every insult as a burden. You are chosen, my beloved, and chosen hearts live by a higher standard. You forgive not because they earned it, but because the path I have for you cannot bear the weight of their mistake. And perhaps, just perhaps, that is the reason I guided them to cross your path, to uncover what was concealed deep within? Would it be a desire for settling scores or inner goodness, bitterness, or a breakthrough? They may have tried to break your spirit, but instead your tears nurtured the growth of a stronger version of you. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting. It means rising above. It means telling your pain, "You no longer have power over me." Because if the enemy can keep your heart trapped in resentment, he can hinder your purpose. But if you navigate this challenge, if you forgive even with uncertainty and a trusting spirit, you overcome spiritual opposition. Now pause, look inward, my child, and consider this. What is it you continue to grasp that I have requested you surrender? The test did not end with forgiveness. It moved into something equally significant: patience. Many find this part of the journey the most challenging. Some people come into your life not to offer comfort, but to cause disturbance. They may appear suddenly and then disappear just as quickly. They arrive with intensity and leave without providing any reason. And you are left holding questions that have no answers, a feeling of incompleteness, just stillness. You asked for ease, yet you met with delays. You looked for understanding, but you found confusion instead. And while you longed for things to move forward, I gently guided you to pause. But this is unlike the waiting familiar to the world. It is not passive or without substance. No, this is the kind of waiting that expands your spirit, that shows you who you truly are when everything around you is calm. Patience is not a weakness, my precious child. It is deep inner strength. Sometimes, my child, I allow someone to enter your life only for them to depart later. This is not a lack of care on my part. I am watching to see if you will place your trust in me, the one guiding your path. Even when the way seems hard or unclear, the difficulty isn't always about how quickly you release pain. My beloved one, often it is about the strength of your reliance upon me during times when nothing seems to be happening, when that person is no longer present, when opportunities seem closed, and when quiet feels overwhelming, louder than your cries to me. In these moments, doubt can creep in. It whispers untrue things to your tired spirit. It suggests you have been overlooked, that your waiting was useless, that my silence means I have no answer for you. But those are not my words to you, my child. While your human nature desires immediate clarity, your inner being is being readied for a deeper connection with me. And in that sacred space of uncertainty, your heart is being purified. Every moment you endure this pause, heaven is observing. Will you still depend on me when I seem far away? Will you still honor me when the events unfolding make no sense? Because this very experience, this patience, this quiet, this waiting is sacred ground. When I cause a delay, it is never a turning away from you. It is a protection, a shield against timing that would harm what I am building within you. The ones who leave your life, perhaps they were not meant for the next stage of your path. Perhaps I knew they would lead you astray. Perhaps, just perhaps, their leaving was an answer to a request you did not recognize. And the quiet was not abandonment, my precious child. It was room to breathe, space for your inner stability to deepen, so that when the winds of your purpose begin to blow, you will not be easily moved. Steadfastness reveals what outward actions alone cannot. It uncovers whether your confidence in me rests on fleeting feelings or on complete letting go. True trust does not say, "I believe in you, God," when you act. It says, "I believe in you, God," even when you do not act. This difficulty was never about the passage of time. It was about your trust in me. And now here you are, my child, still standing firm, still listening, still seeking truth. That in itself is proof that you are growing through this. But there is another layer to understand, a hidden aspect that many miss. What if I was not just testing your trust in me, but preparing you to become the very challenge that helps someone else grow? Stay with me now, my beloved, because what comes next might change your entire view. But consider this possibility. What if it was never their trial? The real test was you, not your outward appearance or personality, but your inner self. That person was not sent to bring you comfort. They were sent to reveal something within you, to touch the places in your heart you believed were fully given to me. They came to loosen its hold, and I, my child, I allowed it, because I saw something you could not yet see. There are aspects within you that cannot accompany you into the next season I have for you. You have prayed for progress. You have asked for breakthrough, but elevation from heaven always follows an examination of the heart. And I knew before I lift you higher, I must bring these things to light. So I permitted that experience, that friction, that person to serve as a way of revealing what lay beneath the surface. It was not primarily about what they did. It was about what their actions brought out of you. Because here is the truth, my child. The next level of your purpose requires a more mature version of you. One that does not react sharply to criticism. One that does not crumble under silence. One that does not seek approval from struggling people. Therefore, I permitted you to experience a challenging circumstance, not with intent to hurt you, but to reveal what still flares up readily within you. Not through outward success, but through humility. Not through seeking to get even, but through surrender. Consider this. What if their time in your life was never intended to change them, but to change you? Because inner strength is not built in ease. My child, it is shown under pressure. And in those moments when you are alone, when no words of regret are offered, when no reason is given and the wound remains open, that is when heaven pays close attention. It is not about your words, but how you extend kindness, how you let go of the wrong done to you, how you govern your tongue, how you guard the cleanness of your heart during a challenging time. And perhaps the reason I am taking my time is because I am more interested in who you are becoming than in how quickly you reach your destination. So I ask you now, my beloved one, what did that experience bring out of you? And what am I seeking to remove before I lift you higher? Because what comes next will completely change your role. You will not just be tested, you will become the test for someone else. You are not being punished, my child. You are being made ready for the work I have for you. And each tear you shed, each prayer that felt unanswered, each opportunity that ended, none of it was intended to crush your spirit. It was shaping you to be strong. I do not let hard times go to waste. I use them like a fine tool, sharp and needed, not to cause pain without reason, but to prepare you, to take away anything that wouldn't hold up under the weight of the task I'm giving you. Because when I choose you for something great, I follow the steps needed. I do not hurry the process. I do not lift up hearts that have not been tested. I train them in private. I make them pure through difficulty. I keep them hidden until their core is firm. That person who caused you hurt, my child, they were not the end point. They were part of the process. A spiritual aid used to sharpen your ability to see clearly, to build up your inner self, to make your spirit tough without making your heart hard. You see, before I can give you influence, I look at what influences you. Can you still guide when others misunderstand? Can you still show love when you feel pushed away? When things go well, can you stay humble? Can you rise up and still know who you are in me? Many want the visible place. Few walk through the time of getting ready. And this struggle, this waiting, this sadness, it was the stage of proving your readiness. Not for others to see, but to show the unseen realm that your core will not fail when good things arrive. Because here is a deep truth. Having a task without inner strength leads to harm. A divine assignment without a clean heart causes confusion and blessings. Without clear seeing, draw unwanted difficulties. That is why I let that person cross your path, my cherished one. Not to remain, but to shake things up. To wake up what was sleeping inside you. To bring hidden things into the light. To challenge what felt easy. Their presence brought difficulty. But difficulty is how valuable things are made. And now you don't just get through hard times. You see why they were necessary. You don't just believe. You have struggled in private and heard me speak in the quiet. Perhaps you find it hard to speak your deepest thoughts. That's because your words are meant for moments that matter, not for simple conversation. They are meant for facing challenges, not just making sound. Have you felt something new stirring inside you lately, my child? Quiet times that feel important, dreams that seem deeper, small things happening repeatedly, or a sudden feeling you can't explain. These aren't just random feelings or thoughts. Something old is waking up within you. This is a time I planned, set in motion long before you were born. It's a sign, yes, but only for those whose inner self is ready to notice. If you are still paying attention inside, if your heart feels a stirring, if your spirit is drawn to something you can't name, it's because you aren't just looking. You are being drawn. This understanding isn't for everyone. It wasn't meant to be. But you, my beloved child, didn't just happen to find this truth that found you. This is because something set apart, something that cannot be undone is about to happen in your life. You have been in the dim places long enough. Now my light is pulling you closer, guiding you back to where you belong with me. Amen.